Hey everybody, here's my update for day 26 of our little monthly challenge, and as you can see here I've finished Daemon Prince. This is an old metal figure, but I think they're a little bit smaller than the new ones, but I think it'll be good enough for the army. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I think the reds look really really neat. I use a black wash, and before that I highlight a few reds up. So as you can see in the back there, it's darker in the shadowy areas, and then sort of on the top of his shoulder pads, the top of his head, top of his thighs, and of course that big muscly bit up there is more highlighted red. A lighter, brighter red. And I did my gold trim. And it always comes up good with a good wash over it. Really makes the models quite three-dimensional, which I really like. That's how I like it. Yes, I'm fairly happy with the sword in the end. Yellow is a bit of a hard colour. When it goes on black it goes a bit green, but I think that's worked out fine. Don't usually say this, but I think it looks better in the camera than it does. But I'm pretty happy with that sword. What big knife, really? It's a big knife. I did the eyes a bit different this time. There's no real eyeballs in there. So I used that masking fluid again, but I did it afterwards and I masked around the finished product and then greened inside that, so it protected the paint colour, the paint scheme, which was good. I did the obligatory couple of skulls on the base, like I did with the baton. I've done a pretty boring base, just a rock, because I want to sort of get a bit better with, say, some pigments and then maybe a bit of flock. But I sort of, if I do a big army scene and my game board that I might build myself, I'm gonna it's gonna be sort of like a bombarded volcanic rock sort of environment, so there won't be much grass or anything. Quite like the black does contrast against all the red in that, and that's my whole army, so sort of Khorney colours. There's my little addition there onto where that sort of funny gun thing is out of his arm. I did initially sort of make it a different colour, but it really stood out a bit funny, so I just sort of left a little bit of a wash of purple over it, just to, it's mainly red, but there's a little bit of, but it's not so contrasting as all the red. I find that, I think anyway, that the minimum amount of colours really makes the models. There's his backbones and all that coming out the back. I like that. It's pretty cool. The washes really do make paint jobs, I think. And then to step it up again, you just put maybe some more highlights on, but I really actually quite like it more, bit subdued. Anyway, I can see I could take it a bit further if I wanted to do more highlights, but I'm happy with this. See how good this focuses. Close up. Yeah, it's pretty good. I made the power cables, where his guts in that. I figure if he's one of those guys that's been a Chaos Marine and then he's turned into a Daemon Prince, all that stuff would rip and just be left hanging there. I noticed a few other people have turned them into guts or got rid of them completely. But overall I'm pretty happy with this. It's another good project done. Really, this sort of project really drives your enthusiasm to keep going and get something done. So, another model down. So now I have the spawn and a Daemon Prince for the boon table, or just a field, I guess. But I've got heaps of HQ choices. So. What else? Oh, there's a daily question, just to finish it off. I like all cartoons, so the child I show that I liked when I was a kid, I liked Fraggle Rock. That was funny. All those dozers and all that. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a real kids one that I used to like. Otherwise, anything else. I even like cartoons now, like Adventure Time and even SpongeBob. He cracks me up. So, there you go. Last look. And then the last 5 days, the Defiler. Cool.